Divide and Dispatch is a project management module available in Déjà Vu X2 Workgroup. The function divides a project into several translation packages according to a set of options and exports these translation packages to be translated and/or proofread. Let's use Divide and Dispatch. Here's my new project. I have to split it into several different translation packages for translators and proofreaders. It consists of one PDF file, one PowerPoint file, and one Word file that need to be translated from English to German and French. To use the Divide and Dispatch feature, I click on File, Export, and Divide and Dispatch in the menu. Here is the main window. I can resize it if I want. The project window shows the number of files, segments, words, and characters in the entire project. Target languages are shown here, and I can select them all or only specific ones. Here is the division unit section. I can divide according to the volume of the project by choosing Files, Total Number of Words, or Total Number of Characters. Another solution is to divide according to estimated workload, using options I will provide details on a bit later. I have chosen the Total Words unit. I now choose how to divide the files, defining the number of packages I wish to export from this project, as well as package size. The module will automatically divide and dispatch the appropriate number of packages according to the size value. You set the values manually. I want to dispatch this project according to the total number of words, using 4 different packages. Now I have to choose the format of the translation packages. I can choose the full range of satellite projects for Déjà Vu users, compact, full, or pack-and-go satellites, Word RTF for those who don't use CAT tools, Trados RTF for Trados Workbench users, or XLIF files for any other CAT tool users. Of course, I can assign different file formats to each translation package. I will come back to this later on. For the time being, I will choose the compact satellite format. Now let's have a look at the selection section. This is where I define what the exported packages will contain. I expand it by clicking on it. Here, the filters of my Déjà Vu X2 settings are available as export options. Keep in mind that the filters include the default ones and the customized SQL filters I have set. I can choose to export empty segments only, pending segments only, or any other selection that fits my needs. For the sake of this presentation, I will select all segments. The export options are displayed below. If you wish to suppress locked segments, guaranteed matches, exact matches, duplicates, or lexicon entries from your translation packages, simply check the corresponding boxes. For this demonstration, I shall keep the default options. Lexicon entries, if any, are not to be translated. I will explain the non-translatable content and workload estimation percentages later on. For the settings chosen so far, these options do not affect division. In the sorting section, I can choose to leave the segments in the order in which they appear in the source files, or sort them by alphabetical order. Now that all of the above has been set, I click on Preview Packages. A preview of the translation packages about to be exported and their details are displayed in this area. we can see that 4 translation packages have been created. The following information is displayed for each: the number of words, the percentage of the total project, etc. Keep in mind that Déjà Vu divides the projects at segment level. This explains the small differences in percentages between the various translation packages, since segments cannot be cut. Different translators or proofreaders will work on their translation package with their own tools. My first 2 translators are using Déjà Vu, the third one another cat tool, and the fourth one has no cat tool. I change the format of the appropriate translation packages before exporting them. For the translation into German, I assume the work is fairly distributed over the 4 translation packages. I am ready to export the German translation packages for good. I click on Export Packages. I specify the export path. The options available here are identical to previous Déjà Vu versions for exports of satellite files and external views. I can also export an analysis for each package, which is helpful for translators when making out their own quotes. I click on Close once the export is completed. All the files are available in the specified folder. The translators and proofreaders can start work. Now let's use Divide and Dispatch again and have a look at the more advanced options. Let's analyze the division for the translation into French. These are the default non-translatable content options. Guaranteed matches and locked segments are considered as content that is not to be translated. This is a matter of policy, and it can be changed according to your preferences. Here I can see the number of translatable words and percentage of the total project. For French, there are far fewer translatable words than the total number of words. This is because my project contains several guaranteed matches. In the case of projects where there is a fair amount of non-translatable content, it makes sense to divide the project according to translatable words or characters. Let's see the results. The actual amount of work dispatched among the users will be assigned fairly. I can go even further, fine-tuning the estimated workload for different segments according to their match rate. For example, I can assume that translating exact matches will require 50% of the time needed to translate no matches, which I obviously set to 100%. Again, I can fine-tune these options and select estimated words and characters as the division unit. Déjà Vu divides and displays the work, taking into account the values assigned for each category of segments, according to the division unit you specified. This means I can dispatch a fair workload among users. Again, I can fine-tune even further in the preview of the packages itself. All these cells can be edited should you want to increase or decrease the content included in the packages. The changes are automatically updated in the other packages. You can display the detailed content per source file of a package by clicking on this part of the interface. The package indicates whether all, part, or none of each source file is included in the package. To simplify attribution, you can check or uncheck entire files. I now export the translation packages in one go. To re-import a translation package once the user has returned it to you, go to File, Import, and select the format to be re-imported. Here is a recap of what you need to remember with Divide and Dispatch. Customize the settings according to your policy. Dispatch the project according to the workload. Use any export format for compatibility. Fine-tune the results. Export an analysis with each package. Export all translation packages in one go. More e-learning modules on www.atrill.com.